Back at Dillion Motor Speedway, under caution for an incident involving Tyler Millwood. Before we get the restart, let's see if we can check in with Jay Middleton.
Jay Middleton, this is Rick Benjamin up in the TV booth. Any problems out there so far? Is it a hot night in the race car?
It ain't too bad out here in the front. We got a lot of clean air, a lot of fresh air, so, feeling real good about the car, and we're just going to make some laps here so we can finish this thing out.
Well, you got a long way to go yet. How about that 2 car or the 5 behind you? You worried about either of those boys?
I'm just worried about myself right now. We're just going to make some laps, do the best we can, keep the car underneath us, and hopefully we'll pull out a win here. The car's running real good on the bottom, and I think it's going to be tougher on the passenger.
All right, best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Rick.
Real critical factor about that is comfortable on the bottom, and he can protect that line, but that car looked like he's checked out.
Yeah, Jay Middleton's been stout early here in the going at Dillion Motor Speedway in the Seneca 100. He will be the restart leader behind the Pontiac safety car, the official pace car of the RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour. Still working to get Tyler Millwood's car up on the hook and down to pit road. Mark's caught up with the young driver who is done for the night.
Tyler, last night it was a power steering line. Tonight you're in the fence. What happened?
Well, the pinion angle bar on the rear end broke off. Some bolts come out or something. We don't know. Had to get it in the pits and look at it further, but it's tough. We had a pretty good car there. Just ride. We just had to see what we can do with it. See if we can get her fixed, or if we're done for now. We don't know for sure yet.
One of those situations where you work as hard as you can, but you sure lost a lot of time.
Yeah, Tyler Millwood, young driver out of Georgia, that's a disappointment for him after they had a problem. There was a practice night here a night ago. They had trouble then. Now they come out and race, and evidently car problems will take the 31 machine out. Ready for a restart here at Dillion, South Carolina. Green flag back in the air on lap 23, and Jay Middleton takes him down to turn 1. Everybody's single file. There's Kyle Fowler in the 51F. He wants to get on the move. Chris Fontaine back there in the 47, trying to hold off Peltier, who takes a look to the bottom.
Peltier with a move up underneath. I think he's got him if he can hold him down the straightaway. Nope.
Fontaine able to pull him on the high side down into turn 1. Fontaine's got to be able to protect the bottom in that 47 car.
Well, he's not been able to do that all night long, but he does get a great run off the corner. He can get his momentum through the middle. Maybe that's the only saving grace he has.
Taylor Satterfield back there in the 40 car, trying to make a move on Stephen McCurley, but he's got to be careful as we ride with Satterfield. He's got a challenger behind him. That's Jess Maddox in the 89.
As you're making a move on the guy in front of you, you're trying to hold the guy behind. That's tough. You got to have it both directions.
4/10 of a mile here at Dillion Motor Speedway, and it's a tight 4/10 of a mile, Scott, as you described earlier. I thought this was 3/8 when we first came here and saw the racetrack this weekend. Ron Barfield, the track owner, said, no, this is 4/10. It's a good racetrack, and it is. It's a beautiful little place.
But it's one groove in the middle of the corner, so you've got to be on that line. And the straightaways, there's enough room for you to really pass you.
Battling for second spot, Peltier in the 5. We look a little further back. There's McCurley out of Texas in that black, yellow, and orange car number 1. He's got Taylor Satterfield in the green and black 40 car right behind him. The outside pole sitter, Fontaine, in that 47 with that flame paint job. He's got his hands full now trying to hang on to 3rd.
But I think Fontaine, and we watched just before we went to that last caution, his rotors in the front were really turning red. I think they rolled some rear brake with him. Maybe they did under the caution. Get some rear brake in that car, and it'll help him a lot as the race goes on.
Yeah, if that right front gets too hot on a hot night like this, he could have a tire problem.
Well, the biggest issue is you're going to be sliding that tire, and then you gain more air pressure, and it just compounds in a huge snowball that you can't get back.
Chris Fontaine running 3rd, 4th spot. Preston Peltier in the 5. He has one feature victory in the RC Cola Moonpie ASA Southeast Asphalt Tour so far this season. Jay Middleton's been to victory lane in that 74 car once already. He'd like to add to that, become the first 2-time winner in the series in the inaugural season here of 2008. He's very strong. Let's get on board that redneckpepper.com machine.
As we said, he'll roll down into the corner. He picks the gas up early, drives off the bottom of the racetrack, slide out to the wall, leave you about 5 inches on the outside. One thing I saw in Middleton's car, there's still a little bit of heavy braking. He's got to kind of back off on that a little bit.
Battling still for 3rd, Peltier in the 5, trying to get around Chris Fontaine. I'm starting to think that maybe Fontaine is holding up Peltier a little bit.
Oh, yeah, Peltier's a little bit quicker, and he wants to get there. But you know what? You just don't want to knock the guy around in front of you because paybacks are heck.
We're still in the first half here tonight. Let's check our Enterprise Rent-A-Car running order. Top of your screen. Fontaine still 3rd, Peltier 4th. Take a look at where your favorite driver is tonight here in the Seneca 100. Deep in the pack. Some good action back there. Take a look at how fast these ASA late model cars are down the front straightaway. Down into the corner. Stephen McCurley, the youngster out of Texas in the 1 car, still trying to hang on to his spot, hold off Taylor Satterfield.
This thing is kind of settled out. It almost looks like these cars are all running the same speed. It's just track position is caught at this point.
Satterfield, he's taken on to the outside of McCurley a couple of times. I don't know if he can pass on the outside here.
Well, the problem he's got is he goes, oh, contact there. That's the way you do it.
Satterfield decides to rub on McCurley a little, move him up the racetrack, and he makes the pass, and McCurley gets sideways. Nice save by Stephen McCurley.
I think McCurley has said, hey, buddy, I'm going to go ahead and go back after you. He couldn't hit him, went down to the apron, got a little bit loose. You can bet he's going to be after him here in a minute.
Now Jess Maddox in the 89 trying to draw a bead on Stephen McCurley. See if he can do anything with the 1 car. And now we'll see what Peltier might be able to do in Fontaine. Satterfield now clearing the 1. He picks up a position, and he's going to try to move up and get into that mix in the top 5. Jeremy Mullinak's back there in that black 07. He's trying to figure out a way to get around David Elliott. Elliott in the Ultra Pure 15. Interesting story. All these kids younger than 20. David Elliott well into his 40s.
And he loves racing, and that's why he's here. But Travis Cope in the 26 car right behind these guys. You know what? If you step out of line right now, the whole train's going to go by you. You've got to be very careful when you're working on the guy in front of you to not let all the guys behind you go by.
Elliott in 8th. Mullinax is 9th. Cope is 10th. And back there, young Kyle Fowler in that 51F. Part of a well-known Georgia racing family.
His uncle Mitch Fowler, who I did work with. Oh, what a hoot to work with. That guy could drive a race car. But what about this? Travis, Cope, and Fowler are at the tail end of this thing, 10th and 11th. And they're great race car drivers. Sometimes you miss it when you come to a new racetrack you've never seen before, and they just haven't hit anything.
Strom Altman there, one of the local stars from Florence, South Carolina. Jeremy Foley battling for position deep in the field. That battle for 14th position, all behind race leader Jay Middleton, who has dominated so far. Middleton strong all night long. 5th quick in qualifying. He was quickest in practice. His wife pretty pleased at how strong that redneck pepper car is in the first half of the Seneca 100. We'll be right back.